You serious?
All right, so Lantern back here. I am currently in the works of making a Helldivers 2 what works and doesn't work kind of video. Unfortunately, I had some data corruption that I'm trying to remedy, so that video probably will still take probably another couple months, maybe 2 or 3 months to actually finalize. I'm hoping that that's not the case, to get it out sooner rather than later. But while I was doing this, I heard through I don't know, the grapevine or whatever you want to call it, that Sony is doing big brain Sony stuff that, you know Sony, everyone loves their big brain ideas. And at first I thought, well, it's kind of a no-brainer that they're doing this because they're very, them.
What do you mean by that?
But I honestly didn't realize that there was actually articles and stuff made about it. But this one specifically is actually on blog.playstation.com. So if anyone wants to check it out, literally just look up Sony news on digital copies kind of deal, and you'll probably find the article. I'll try to link the article in the description as well if you want to go read this. But it's not a long article. This was released July 1st, 2026, and it says physical disc production ending in January 2028 for new games releasing on PlayStation consoles. Let's go point by point. I'm just going to do this part of the video. I'm going to counter or address certain things I find in this. Right here. So, what? Do not like this. I've always preferred physical to digital. Really disappointing news. Sure is. Terrible news. RIP game collecting. We literally own nothing now but licenses. This is a horrible decision, Sony. Dude, it's so funny how they're like, with gamer preferences, look at all these comments. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, sad times. Yeah, so even in this own article, it's already having backlash. So I'm pretty sure those numbers, those shifting trends you pulled out of your ass, Sony, in your meetings isn't really helping you now, is it?
I don't know.
So let's go point by point. As consumer preferences and broader entertainment industry continue to shift away from physical discs to digital, releasing, okay, discontinue starting, okay. It's kind of funny how they're like, oh, but we're still gonna allow you your physical copies up until January 2028, just making sure that you understand we're still cool people, we're still the good guys, we're really great at what we do. So yeah, I don't know, this is all just dumb PR stuff to me, where it's this first paragraph. Second paragraph, yeah, this one I already have an issue with. So, they're like, this is the natural direction, or this is a natural direction. Yeah, it is a natural direction. It's not the natural direction. You can also have another natural direction, Sony. How about, I don't know, not discontinuing a practice that has been in the media for decades? What, 30 plus years, right? I mean, what's wrong with you? And when I say 30 plus years, I'm not saying all games have always come on discs. Obviously, there were cartridges and specific methods to put a game into a console that weren't disc way before discs. But yeah, I just don't see, they're like, digital media significantly outpaces physical disc. Okay, where are these numbers coming from? Just because people are buying virtual links to something doesn't mean that it's outpacing collectors. Okay, this transition will enable us to align more closely with how most of our community prefers to access and play games today. What are you talking about? Where are the numbers? Where are the stats? Show the proof of these numbers, these claims. Show them. Don't just say, oh, well, people prefer this, without showing us in a chart, a graph, a table, something, It just, that makes no sense. And then they're like, well, okay, prioritize our resources, drive innovation. You know what's funny? This is all kind of boils down to them. They're just cheap, right? They're trying to save pennies.
What happened? Someone tried to throw away a penny.
Pinch-O-Matic has saved you 5.2 cents.
Essentially, for a big corpo, they're trying to save pennies for what? For an arbitrary, forced practice. And you know what's really great about this whole thing is you could still elect not to go into Sony and supporting them, but it's so funny how they don't see this is really going to hurt them in the long run. Because you know for a fact, when 2028 comes around, it is going to be in an uproar when people who didn't hear about this are going to be like, wait a minute, you're telling me I can't have physical games? And there's going to be so many refunds, there's going to be so much outcry, and you know what's going to happen because of PR, because they don't want to lose business, because they want to keep earning money, right? They're going to reverse the strategy and say, hey, we were just trying something, so sorry. And you want to know what? I will admit, if I am wrong in 2028 and if they just still going fine, and if people still like them, and if people really, really want to transition over to just virtual media, I will admit that. I will come down to it and say, you know what? I was wrong. Good on them for predicting the future, but I'm going to be honest, I don't really think that that's going to be the case. And they always, remain committed to delivering a world-class gaming experience. Yeah, anyway, so done with this article. Off the bat, the one issue that I've always thought of whenever this came around, I actually cannot remember when I first heard about this. It must have been years ago when there was this outcry of, virtual media versus physical media, coming into the consoles or whatever, or how you game. And I honestly did not really understand why a company would go 100% virtual as far as a company like Sony, right? Or a company like Nintendo or Ubisoft or any of these people, right? Because there are actual obvious reasons why this is bad. Obvious reason number one. I bet you this is a reason not a lot of people think about, but it's still going to be one that I'm going to bring up because I've experienced this myself, and I know for a fact there's no way I'm the only human being on this earth who has experienced this. Let's say for some reason your internet is out. Just your internet. You can still use the electricity. You can still use everything else in your house, but for some reason your modem is out, your internet is out, or whatever because of your ISP having issues or what have you. What's going to happen when you want to go play a game and it's on that virtual platform? You can't, because you do not own it. You do not have a physical copy to put into your physical console to play it. That's obvious issue number one for me. And I just think that should go without saying. And obvious number two, you own the copy, meaning they're gonna have to send someone to your house to pry it out of your cold, dead hands to relinquish you of owning that copy. FBI, open up! So, and I know there might be some more legality stuff to it. You have illegal imports and exports and what have you. But to be honest with you, let's be real. They genuinely do not track all of that stuff. And we're talking about just generalized media in here. Like if I was to say own a copy of my Sly Cooper, obviously I'm going to own that Sly Cooper. I'm able to now put that in my PlayStation 2 whenever I want. So that's obvious reason number two, is that you can literally own it. You have a physical representation of the game. You don't need to purchase a license that's revocable. That's another thing leading into my obvious number three. Virtual things are revocable by the company's discretion, people. Anyone who wants to believe otherwise, you're deluding yourself. Because you really think that a company, when push comes to shove, and they really, really can just take away your ability to use that virtual key that you used for a virtual game, yeah, they'll do it. And guess what happens? That means you cannot own the thing that you paid money for. So, I don't know, just kind of seems like a no-brainer on that end as well. So, Sony, good job on doing what you do best with your terrible business practices and not providing any proof on these claims as to shifting trends, consumer preference. I'm just going to say this is anecdotal. This is subjective. This is from my own personal take on it. I have never heard from somebody who agrees with this in my entire gaming circles, be that on Discord, be it in person, people I know in real life, or people who I have acquired as friends virtually. I've never heard people say, oh yeah, I prefer to have virtual over physical. You want to know what's really funny? Is the crowd is always saying they don't mind either or, meaning they don't want you to take away a choice. They don't want you to take away a choice as in, hey, let's take away you buying a physical copy of a game. They're not advocating for that, but they're also saying they don't mind having a virtual copy as long as they can still somehow acquire the physical. Or anyone who wants to acquire a physical copy, that is their prerogative. It's an exclusive business practice, and I am not all about exclusivity. I think it's really terrible in the gaming industry, and it seems to get worse and worse with each passing year. So yeah, just ridiculous. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you like this? Do you dislike this? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you have no preference? Do you have no choice? Or do you have no stake in the game or whatever? Let me know in the comments. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video, as quick as I'm going to try and make it. And I hope you guys enjoy yourselves. Have a great day. And as always, stay wonderful.